Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Liverpool transfer news. Fresh interest in Darwin Núñez as three youngsters face exit. AC Milan are the latest big club being linked with a move for Darwin Núñez, who Liverpool remain willing to sell for the right price during Arne Slot's summer rebuild. Liverpool face Athletic Bilbao twice tonight, with Arne Slot's entire squad set to be handed some minutes ahead of next weekend's FA Community Shield against Crystal Palace at Wembley. But all the focus for now remains on whether they can bring in Alexander Isak from Newcastle. A deal of £110 million has been rejected by the Toon, who want significantly more for their star striker because he has 3 years to run on his contract. He was also set to return to the northeast from Spain over the weekend. And while Liverpool have already spent close to £300 million on new signings, they are under no PSR pressure, having already sold several fringe members of the squad, while commercial and matchday revenues have grown substantially. Here are the transfer stories worth keeping an eye on as the new season rapidly approaches. AC Milan have made contact with the representatives of Darwin Núñez as they eye a deal for the Liverpool forward. The Italian giants are said to have made the Uruguay international their top target for the final weeks of the transfer window. Núñez has been widely expected to leave Anfield this summer, and the arrival of Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz would appear to have left him further down Arne Slot's pecking order. Liverpool retain an interest in Newcastle star Alexander Isak too, and have seen a bid turned down for the Premier League striker. If the Reds are successful in landing the Sweden star, Núñez's position would appear to be even more untenable. But thus far, Liverpool have not been able to find an agreement with any suitors for the former Benfica forward signature. 3 youngsters to go. Liverpool could let 3 youngsters leave the club this summer as Lucas Stevenson, James McConnell and Luis Díaz gain interest from a number of teams. And the Premier League champions are open to sanctioning more exits for some young players as manager Arne Slot continues to overhaul his squad to keep it in fighting contention for the Premier League title once again. Stevenson has featured in pre-season under Slot and has impressed Slot after being included in the pre-season tour to Asia, but he has interest from Dundee United, Swansea, Reading, Rotherham and Cardiff over a loan move. Tottenham Hotspur are eyeing up a player who almost moved to Liverpool, as they now look to replace Son Heung-min. The legendary Spurs forward dropped the bombshell announcement on Saturday that he had made the decision to leave North London. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe. Our second news is Newcastle set to get Alexander Isak answer after Liverpool transfer bid. Alexander Isak's future is poised to become a little clearer following Liverpool's rejected opening bid as Newcastle United return to the United Kingdom. As Liverpool start to go through their final preparations ahead of a pre-season doubleheader against Athletic Bilbao on Monday, Newcastle United will return to the United Kingdom after their tour of Asia. And with it, Eddie Howe will be back playing a hands-on role in the future of star player Alexander Isak. The Magpies concluded their tour with a 1-1 draw against Tottenham Hotspur in Seoul on Sunday, before jetting back to Newcastle. Consequently, in the days ahead, the Swede will be reunited with his coaches and teammates. The Wantaway striker missed the Magpies' tour of the Far East due to a minor injury. Yet it later emerged that he had asked to be allowed to explore opportunities to leave the club this summer, with Liverpool his preferred destination of choice. The Reds made their move on Friday, putting in an £110 million bid only to see it rejected almost immediately. Their current position now is that, as things stand, they will not be returning with an improved bid. The Echo understands that Liverpool currently consider it futile to return with an improved offer, given the swiftness and clarity of Newcastle's rejection. However, that does not change the fact that the Magpies still find themselves in possession of an unhappy player who still wishes to leave the club. While Newcastle were in the Far East, Isac had been training alone at the facilities of former club Real Sociedad in Spain. However, he returned to Tyneside over the weekend after receiving instruction from the club ahead of the Magpies' own return to the United Kingdom. Newcastle are set to conclude their pre-season schedule by facing La Liga outfits Espanyol and Atletico Madrid on Friday, August 8 and Saturday, August 9, and had previously expected Isac to be available to feature in either fixture. But after drawing with Tottenham, Howe admitted he did not know where the striker would be back training with his teammates next week following their return to England. "Of course I'd like him to be, but whether he will I don't know at this moment in time," he said at his post-match press conference. Other people have been dealing with that situation back at home. Admittedly, that was not the first time Howe had put such responsibility on Newcastle officials back home, having previously admitted he only found out Isac was training in Spain through the media. "I was made aware of a bid yesterday and that bid was turned down, all before I'd even heard about it," Howe said ahead of facing Spurs. People back in England are dealing with the situation. "I don't know what happens next. From our perspective, we still support Alex in every way and my wish is that we see him in a Newcastle shirt again. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC transfer." Our third news is Liverpool players make Hugo Ekitike feelings clear amid Alexander Isak transfer saga. Hugo Ekitike arrived at Liverpool from Eintracht Frankfurt last month and he has already made a big impression on his new teammates, despite appearing for just 45 minutes. Liverpool's players have reportedly been taken aback by just how good Hugo Ekitike has been in training since joining the Reds. Ekitike completed a big money transfer to Liverpool last month, becoming the Merseyside club's second $100 million-plus signing of the summer. He has only had one half of game time, after coming off the bench at halftime in the 3-1 win over Yokohama F. Marinos last week, but he has reportedly already left a big impression on his new teammates. Journalist Graham Bailey told TBR Football, "I'm hearing that Ekitike has slotted in so well, like he has been part of the squad for years. He has been dazzling in many regards. I'm told the players are not shocked by his talent, but certainly, some did not really grasp just how good he was. Liverpool's coaches are delighted with him." Speaking after his move to Liverpool was confirmed, Ekitike said that having a conversation with Arne Slot played an important role in convincing him to move to Anfield. "We had a very good first discussion together," Ekitike said. "Obviously the coach is very human, so we could talk not only about football, but about everything. I find him very interesting and I was very pleased to see what I can do with him because I think he is a really nice guy and I can still improve and progress with him. So, yeah, he is a really good coach and good person first, so that's why he made me want to come here." Slot has a track record for improving players and the chance to continue his development under the Dutch coach was appealing to Ekitike. "When you see a coach that can make and improve players, you know you want to be with him and progress because you know he can make you go to the next step," Ekitike said. "And if you want to go higher, I think it's the right choice to do." Explaining why moving to Liverpool was the right move at this stage in his career, Ekitike said, "I think that was the right moment. I came to the Bundesliga hungry, I wanted to show that I'm a good player and I can make the difference on the pitch. I think I did well last season. Now, I feel ready to make a bigger step and to play on the highest level, to improve myself, to see what I can do. That's why I think it's the right timing for me and the perfect moment to come here." Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is, duty fulfilled, Diaz leaves Liverpool for Bayern. Luis Díaz says he fulfilled his duty at Liverpool after completing a £65.5 million move to Bundesliga champions Bayern Munich. The Colombia international has signed a 4-year deal with the German club to bring his 3.5-year stay at Anfield to an end. The 28-year-old was left out of Liverpool's pre-season match against AC Milan on Saturday because of speculation over his future. Having rejected Bayern's opening offer of £58.6 million earlier this month, Liverpool accepted a follow-up bid of £65.5 million over the weekend and gave Diaz permission to have a medical with the club. The winger leaves the Reds as a Premier League champion, having won 4 pieces of major silverware during his time at the club, and says his exit would have been the perfect goodbye, if not for the death of teammate Diogo Jota earlier this month. I arrived with all the dreams in the world, and I am leaving proud of everything we achieved together, Diaz wrote on Instagram. I have met incredible people, fabulous colleagues, coaches who helped me a lot, and extraordinary fans. Liverpool is, indeed, a special team, and I will keep everyone in my heart. It's good to be leaving with the feeling of a duty fulfilled, and, most of all, to be leaving a champion. It would have been the perfect goodbye if we hadn't lost one of ours in such a tragic way. I carry everyone with me in my heart, but one of them in particular, Diogo. I will never forget him. We will never forget him. Thank you for everything. Diaz joined Liverpool from Porto for an initial £37 million in January 2022, scoring 41 goals in 148 appearances during his time at Anfield. He won the FA Cup and EFL Cup during his opening season with the Reds, and was part of the side that lost to Real Madrid in the 2022 Champions League final. Diaz enjoyed the most prolific season of his career last term, scoring 17 goals in all competitions as Liverpool won the Premier League. The winger's exit means Liverpool have made around £115 million in player sales so far this summer. That has helped to offset spending of around £270 million on Florian Wirtz, Hugo Ekitike, Jeremy Frimpong and Milos Kerkez. The Reds remain interested in Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, who did not travel on the Magpies Far East tour and is exploring options to leave the club. How big a loss is Diaz? Tom McCoy, BBC Sport journalist. Since his debut in January 2022, Diaz has combined consistent dribbling ability with steadily increasing goal threat. During his time at the club he led the Reds in terms of dribbles completed and fouls won, while ranking second for goals, goal involvements and touches in the opposition box. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications.